All right, everyone. Very good morning. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a fantastic start to the last working day of the week? If yes, let me know in the comment section and let me know how you're feeling. How well and how excited are you for today's first live streaming session? If you are excited, let me know in the comment section below. So let us officially start today's first live streaming session. And unlike any other first live streaming session where we would be focusing on the market, today we would be discussing a very important and crucial topic, right? And that, any guesses what could be the topic? Yes, today we are having things that are a little different. We would be focusing on those on the technical on the education aspect, right? So people think that yes, the markets are up and running, but everyone is aware that as of now the market has slowed down, correct? Excuse me for my voice. I've been having viral, so excuse me if I cough. All right. So I was talking about how the liquidity is drying up in the markets, and now we would be focusing on utilizing that time since most of the markets are going sideways and volume is declining. We will be focusing on the educational concept. All right. So how many of you are excited and are eager to learn something new, right? It's going to be a continuation of trading logic, and today there is a new topic that we will be uncovering. So, everyone who is excited, let me know in the chat box below. So, we will be starting with the session by a quick introduction about myself. I'm Harsh. I have 8 years of trading experience in the markets. I have been trading the forex markets, the commodity markets, as well as the US based indices markets. I am a technical trader specializing in technical analysis, correct? Such as supply demand, price action, order flow analysis, swing analysis, wave analysis, as well as Fibonacci retracement analysis. Now, when it comes to the field of technical trading, the field is quite vast and expansive, but the mentioned categories are going to be the ones that I would be focusing on. I've also been blessed to be trained and to be mentored by some of the brightest minds when it comes to the financial markets under the guidance of people who used to work as flow traders on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I have gained immense value and knowledge from these people, right? I've also been successful in handling $25 million worth of portfolio and have also been able to consistently generate between 30 to 35% of profits on an annual basis. So I hope the information that I'm providing to you is being utilized, and I hope all the content that I am sharing in my live stream sessions, whether it is based on market analysis or hot stock recommendations or education, I'm pretty sure everyone is getting a lot of value. If you are getting a lot of value, let me know in the comment section below. So, is everyone excited for today's session? If yes, I will proceed. I want to have your answers in the comment box, and only if you are eager and are ready to listen and learn, only then I will be proceeding. All right, sounds good. All right, so let us start with today's course number 6. So, over the last couple of days, we have been talking a lot about importance of trading logic. We talked about psychology, the psychological aspects. We talked about the technical aspects. Today, we will be uncovering a new segment, and that is going to be called, and that falls under mergers and acquisitions. So let me ask every one of you, can you let me know what is the relationship between mergers and acquisitions and listed companies? Any one of you who has the answer, let me know in the comment section below. All right, so people are answering. Okay, so we're getting different answers, and okay, quite interesting. Now, let me ask you another question. Do you think the general managers and the deputy general managers of a listed company know about mergers and acquisitions? Think about it. Because we are not just providing you with basic education, we are providing you with education that can help you think outside the box, right? If everyone is going to be providing you with conventional education, everyone is providing you, right? We want to provide you with something that is unique, that people have not heard about, and actually that has a lot of importance. So how many of you are understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So if you think you know whether the general managers and the deputy general managers of a listed company, if you think that they know about mergers and acquisitions, let me know the answers in the comment box. All right. I'm extremely sorry, but because of the viral that has been going around in the city, I have been having a lot of phlegm and cough. So please excuse me, but I am doing I am taking the initiative and the effort for all our community members, because I believe in providing value to each and every one of our customers, correct, and our viewers. So make sure that you are being a part of all my live stream sessions, and that you're able to gain as much as information, right, as much of high value content as possible. So everyone, let me know the answer for this particular slide. So everyone is saying yes, maybe they know. Well, let me give you the answer myself. And the answer is they do not know. Even the managers, whether it be the general managers or the deputy general managers, they have no clue about what is happening in terms of mergers and acquisitions. Their work is based on operational, right? Their work is based on the operational functionality of the company. All they have to do is focus on how the company works, not what is happening behind the scenes, right, in terms of whether there are mergers and acquisitions, whether anything is happening. So people have to be aware that even though the managers, general managers, deputy managers, though they are at very senior positions, but even they are not aware of whether the company is undergoing mergers or acquisitions. How many people are understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So I hope everyone is understanding, and it is who is aware. If they are not aware of what is happening in terms of mergers and acquisitions, who is aware in terms of knowing what will happen in terms of M&A? Remember, the short form for mergers and acquisitions is M&A, right? So do not get confused if I'm going to be using interchangeably M&A or mergers and acquisitions, right? So who is responsible? Anyone? Any guesses? It's going to be the major shareholders. All right. So the major shareholders are going to be, let me type it in the chat box myself, right? So the major shareholders, I'm typing it in our comment box so that everyone can see who is responsible. All right. Are you aware about this? If people were aware, I hope they understand, right? So if you want to know whether the listed company will be undergoing an M&A, a merger and acquisition, you need to ask its major shareholders. If you start to think about it, how the prices rise in the stock market, what are the underlying factors that are responsible for prices to appreciate or depreciate, and how sometimes certain companies are able to shoot drastically in prices to the upside, right? Why is it possible? The main reason is going to be mergers and acquisitions, right? So every listed company has a corresponding securities department, and shareholders love to call the securities department to inquire about undisclosed internal information. I'm pretty sure you must have heard of the term insider trading, correct? So insider trading is something that people expect that they can call the company and ask what is going to happen in the company, and they think that the company is going to provide them with answer. Do you think it happens in the real world? And do you think you can be taking out information from the company based on their securities department and just calling them and asking them, "Ki, hey, could you provide me the information of what the company is going to do?" How many of you are aware of this? Or how many of you think that the company will provide you with all this information? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. So many people are not even able to understand um, that. Think about it. So you can get anything out of them. As I mentioned to you, if it was so simple just to call the securities department of a company and ask them whether they'll be undergoing mergers and acquisitions, or whether the stock prices will rise, or whether the stock prices will fall, you think it will be possible for you to get any information? Let me know in the comment section below. You cannot, right? It is next to impossible. No one is willing to share any kind of undisclosed information that is to be shared to the public. All right, I hope people are clear when it comes to people thinking that they can just call a company and ask to get vital and uh, crucial data, high value data, just by calling the company securities department. It does not work like that. How many people are understanding? Let me know your comments. Let me know your opinions in the comment section below. All right. So you're better not spending that time inquiring with the major shareholders of the listed company. All right. So it literally makes no sense for you to go and approach them and ask them what can be happening for that particular stock. The information is publicly not disclosed, right? The information will never be shared to the public. So how can you be getting, what is it that people are looking at when it comes to, you know, understanding how people are having the outlook of stock investing? Many people have different methodologies, have different opinions, but when it comes to people who invest in the stock market, how do you think it is going to be possible, right? So people are generally are going to be looking at what is the overall outlook of the listed companies that are on the stock market, right? So coming to the, there are many, sorry. So there are many ways that people are looking, whether it could be based on their leaders. How many people understand this? They want to understand what is the outlook that the leader might be providing them or might be having for that particular company, right? Then the actual controllers, the main board of members, and the people who are actually responsible for that particular company, as well as the major shareholders. Now you have to understand, when it comes to a company that is listed on the stock exchange, there are going to be many participants, right? They could be minor shareholders, major shareholders, leaders of that particular company, and some controllers as well. So people, they have an outlook of looking about knowing about the performance of a particular company based on the mentioned factors. All right, how many of you are understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. All right, so let me tell you how the growth of a company is determined. So the growth of a company is determined by two factors. All right, how many of you are aware of these two factors? Internal growth, that is driven by internal management, and external growth, that is mainly through mergers and acquisitions. If you have heard about this, or if you're aware, I would love to know your answers in the comment section below. So the growth is not just controlled by the outlook of what the leaders and all are thinking. Yes, they can be impactful to a certain degree, but the main two factors that are responsible for a growth are these two factors: internal growth and external growth. If you want to take the screenshot of the content that I'm sharing, or if you want to have the PPT of the content that I'm sharing, please do not hesitate to get back to my team of assistants, and they will provide you with all the necessary information that is required. All right, does that sound good? If that sounds good, then good job. All right, now think back when many listed companies undergo M&A, right? Mergers and acquisitions. Don't their stock prices rise sharply, sometimes even multiplying, right? Growing by 10x or by 5x, 6x, 7x, 10x. How many people have seen this in the market that some particular company which has come under the radar or has been updated by the other information providing brokers that there is going to be a merger and acquisition and the prices skyrocket like anything, right? The moment the stock market opens, all you see is the prices shooting up to the moon. How many of you have seen such a situation that is taking place? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. All right, do let me know your answers. We It is very important for me to know the response that people are having. If I'm not getting a response, how will I understand how well people are understanding? All right, I hope people are it makes sense, right? So the only way to achieve compound growth is through mergers and acquisitions. So there are many ways when it comes to making money in the markets, right? Whether it is intraday, investing, hedging, but many people, they tend to avoid thinking outside the box, right? How there are certain situations that arise in the financial markets where people can utilize maximum benefit. When you're trading or whether you are investing, it takes time, right? And the profits are also quite small or minimal. But when you're looking at factors based on mergers and acquisitions, when companies merge or when a company is taken by a bigger company, right? When smaller companies are eaten or taken under control by the bigger companies, the price of those markets can shoot significantly, right? So people should be aware that if you want to have compound growth when it comes to the financial markets, you have to understand how mergers and acquisitions work. Is everyone understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So I'm sure everyone is here and here to make money, and I'm sure everyone is thinking about how to make money, right? But we want to make sure that how we are not losing money. How many of you want to make money, and how many of you want to lose money? Let me know your answers in the comment section below. All right, I hope people are understanding. Now we would be focusing on how to implement, right? We're going to be discussing about implementation and how would we be implementing the concept of mergers and acquisitions into making money in the stock market. So it always starts with stock selection. How many of you are aware of what stock selection is? If you are, let me know in the chat box below. Oh, it's been a wild ride, with me coughing. But still, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, right? When Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear because I want to make sure that whenever I'm providing you with my live stream sessions, I want to make sure that I can provide you with as much of high value content as possible, right? I'm doing it for you. So I would love to have your opinions, your comments in the chat box. It could be as simple as hi, hello, how are you doing, or great job. Anything that you would be wanting to write, you can let me know in the comment section below. So, how do we implement, right, the strategies of understanding mergers and acquisitions and how we can utilize it to our benefit in terms of compounding growth in the stock market? So, it always starts with stock selection. All right. So, many people think stock selection is random, but it is not. It is not randomly that you're selecting a stock and just buying. Remember, this is not the way we move in the stock market, correct? How many of you agree with me on this particular point? If you do, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think stock selection is random and arbitrary? Let me know. If yes, let me know the answer. And if no, let me know that answer as well. So those of you who are saying yes, some are saying no. So the answer is definitely it is no, right? Many people think stock selection is arbitrary and random, but it's not. We are not talking about gambling. We are talking about structured trading. How many of you agree with me? We are not just blindly taking trades based on luck or based on hope that maybe the price will rise. We want to follow a structure that can make us money consistently, right? How many of you want to make money consistently? Let me know in the comment section below. So those of you who think stock selection is random and arbitrary, it is completely not. Now, which are the two major factors that determine significant stock price increases, right? Mainly two factors are responsible. One is policy support and the other is mergers and acquisition. Now, when it comes to policy support, how many of you are able to understand what policy support is? Right? Any one of you, let me know in the comment section below. And how many of you understand? I hope by now you should be getting a little better or a higher understanding of what mergers and acquisitions are. So first and foremost, let's talk about policy support. How many of you are aware of what policy support is? If you are, let me know in the comment section below. So you first of all have to understand that we cannot control the markets, all right? When it comes to the market conditions, we cannot control the surge. We are retail investors. We are not FIIs, right? Like people like you who are just trading their own personal accounts. So when it comes to the sizability, we cannot lead the markets into surging in whichever direction, whether it is bullish or bias. But large investors can, main funds can, and major shareholders can have the ability to influence it. Right? Can anyone let me know how can they have the influence of price differences or price fluctuations in the market? How can the big players, whether it's the institutions, whether it is the large funds, or whether it is the main funds, or whether it is the large shareholders or major shareholders, how do you think they have the power to influence the market? Anyone who would want to answer this question? It's because of the capital. All right, it is as simple as that. You need to have capital that is inflowing into the markets only by capital, right? And we are not talking about small capital, we are talking about large capital. All right, how many of you are agreeing with me? If yes, oh sorry, let me know in the comment section below. All right, so we have to make sure that we can follow their lead. All right, how many people know this, how to follow their lead? So let me write it in the chat box below. All right, so we buy when they buy and we sell when they sell. How many of you are understanding? All right, so we buy when they buy. Check your comment section, right? I have typed something very important over there. We just need to follow their lead whenever they are willing to buy or whenever they are ready to buy. We buy with them, and whenever they are willing to sell, or whenever they are willing to sell, we will sell with them. How many people are understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So this is basically very common, right? It is very common. It is common sense when you talk about these kind of data in the financial markets, right? We just have to be smart enough to understand what the markets are showing and what is the information that we are gathering. How many people are understanding? If you're understanding, let me know in the comment section below. So we should, as being retail traders or retail investors, we have to make sure that we are not going against the main funds or the major shareholders. We want to make sure that we are following the footsteps of what they do, because if they are the ones that can influence the market conditions, we should be sensible and smart enough to follow their footsteps. If you're understanding, Let me know in the comment section below. All right. So, how do the major shareholders make money? If we have understood that yes, we can make money if they are making money, how do we replicate it, or how do they make money? So, how many people know the answer? If you know the answer, let me know in the comment section below. So, how do they make money? Anyone who can let me know how can the major shareholders make money when it comes to the stock market? What are they doing that is making them money in the share market? You have to be aware that the income of oops, sorry, now it's getting very bad, but I will still keep pushing and I will try my best. All right. So many people think stock selection for the major shareholders is only by buying and selling, right? But you have to understand, majority of their compounded growth that takes place is not from the functioning of the company. All right, it is the external factors, right? Let me show it to you. The major shareholders profit from valuation differences from inside and outside the stock market. So when it comes from outside the stock market, their growth or their income is, stagnant or not that big, not that great. But when it comes to the stock market, because of the fluctuations in the stock market, that is where they make the most amount of money, right? That is based on compounded growth. So you have to understand the best assets in India are sold at high prices through the stock market, right? Just like our weighted stocks. How many people are understanding this particular point? If you're understanding, let me know in the comment section below. So, people are, especially the major banks, the major funds, the main funds and the major shareholders, who are the ones, how are they able to generate great amount of profitability in the market is going to be based on compounded growth through the utilization of mergers and acquisition, right? So many small listed companies undergo reorganization and large listed company acquire the smaller companies. How many of you are aware of this point? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So remember, because of competition, because of the intensity of market competition across the globe, even the companies that are small, that are not performing well, or that might have a probability of growing in the future, there is going to be a lot of mergers and acquisitions taking place. Either the small companies are reorganizing, either they're lacking funds, either they are looking for bigger investors, or if there is another bigger investor who wants to dominate the market and is willing to acquire the smaller company. So mergers and acquisitions are a common part when it comes to the financial markets. How many of you are understanding? If you are, let me know in the chat box below. So there are also foreign-owned and security firms controlling banks such as Morgan Stanley, Deutsche Bank, Citibank, right? You must be aware that these banks, because they have so much of capital and liquidity with them, they are able to, undergo mergers and acquisitions by providing funds to companies who want to undertake M&As, right? I hope you're able to understand. If yes, let me know in the chat box below. So M&A is very M&A, mergers and acquisition, is very common when it comes to the stock market. People think it is exclusive, but it occurs every single time. All right. So mergers and acquisitions, along with high liquidity, can significantly drive the prices up for a particular stock. How many of you are agreeing with me on this point? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. Now, if a stock, for example, let me give you another suggestion, scenario. If a stock is to be delisted, You think it is delisted, so it's taken off from the broker's list. It's not the case. You will see that many companies that are being delisted are again being relisted or are being acquired by other companies under a different name. So there are many functionalities or many activities that take place when, if a company is not performing or if the company is not having the funds to perform quite well, they you think that they're getting that they might be getting delisted, but that is not the case. They can again be relisted, and they can again be acquired by another company by having another name. And that is the power when it comes to the stock market. So please be aware. We have to be aware of major of the M and A's of mergers and acquisitions. All right. How many people are understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So when it comes to acquiring company, they are generally at the forefront, right, of their industries, especially with large volumes, because they want to dominate the market. They want to have a monopoly on the market. So that is why they are always going to be making sure, or they are going to be looking for opportunities where they can be making money by mergers and acquisitions. If they're able to buy good performing companies at a cheaper price by taking them under their control by the process of mergers and acquisitions. So you need to be aware of this as well. So let us summarize overall what we have been discussing as of now, right? The essence of finding stock is finding the price differences. How many of you are understanding this? If yes, let me know. Anyone who can give me examples of acquiring companies that are at the forefront. We have the electricity sector, we have the mining sector. If you have a look at these sectors, you can be, you can have more better understanding of how there are companies in these particular sectors that have been able to merge, acquire smaller companies, and have been able to establish a monopoly in the markets. It is very common in the stock market. All right, how many of you are agreeing with me? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. All right, so let me repeat again. The essence of finding stock is finding the price differences. If you are agreeing with me, let me know your answers in the comment box below. How many of you are agreeing with me? If you are agreeing with me, I would want to know your answers in the chat box below. We have to understand that if the market is overall oscillating towards the upward direction, if the index is performing, we have to start looking for financial stocks. All right, this is a very important piece of information that I am sharing to you. If you want to understand, when if the overall market is oscillating to the upside and if the index is performing well, it is always going to be the financial stocks, right? The major financial stocks that are always going to be the catalyst for the movement, for the bullish movement that will be taking place in the markets, right? In a bull market, the financial stocks are always the first ones to go up. How many of you have seen this happening in the markets, where if the index starts to rise and if the company and if there is bullish sentiment in the economy, you will always see that the financial stocks are the first ones to appreciate in price. If you have seen this particular scenario, let me know in the comment section below. All right, how many of you are aware? And if the index is slowing down or declining, then you have to look at other industries. Anyone who can let me know which are the other industries that would be responsible if the index is going down? Anyone, or what could be the other alternative? How can we think outside the box in terms of understanding, if the index is going up, if the overall sentiment is bullish in the economy, you have to look at the financial stocks. All right, I'm sure people are aware of this by now. But if the markets are declining, if the stocks are declining, and if there is bearishness in the economy, then what should be the next plan of action? Anyone who could let me know the answers in the chat box? I swear, the weather is changing and it has definitely taken a toll, right? On my voice, on my health. So, the industry with the most capital inflow is the one that we need to start focusing on. This is how you'll be starting to think outside the box. All right, if the markets are declining, the prices are reducing. Remember, price fluctuations in the market are the most basic essence when it comes to market volatility. So, if the prices are declining, if the overall economy is bearish, we want to start looking for trades, or we want to start looking where there is going to be a maximum amount of capital inflow in the markets, right? To see which industry has the most capital inflow, look at the policy directions. Keep in touch with the news articles, with the news channels whenever there is an upcoming decision about reframing policies, right, based on certain sectors, especially when the market is correcting. You have to start looking, right? And there is going to be another alternative for that as well, which I would be discussing in the coming couple of slides. But first and foremost, we have to understand that market money is hot money, and industry choices should follow policy trends, right? It all boils down to market fluctuations, but what are the factors, or what are the catalysts that are responsible for fluctuations in the market? We have to be aware of that as well. So let me repeat it again. Hot money, market money is hot money, and industry choices should follow policy trends. If you're agreeing with me, please let me know in the chat box below. All right, so let me give you an example, and this is a real life example. So just based on October, as you can see, the capital had flowed into the manufacturing industry. So the stock prices of the manufacturing industries performed well throughout the month. Wherever there is going to be a flow of capital into a particular sector or a particular industry, that is what will eventually make prices appreciate for that particular sector, that particular stock. If you are agreeing with me, let me know in the chat box below. So in October, go and check the records. You can go and check the past data that in October it was the manufacturing industry that had been getting a lot of flow of funds, whether it could be based on FII or DII. There has been a huge surge in the flow of capital into this particular sector, and throughout the month of October, the prices of the manufacturing industry were just appreciating in price. How many of you are understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So, how do we select individual stocks? Now, how many of you would want to answer that? Based on all the slides that I have been talking about, you have fairly got a very clear, or a very broad idea of what mergers and acquisitions are. What are the factors that are leading for these mergers and acquisitions to take place, and what are the underlying factors, and what we should do if the markets are bullish and the index is bullish, and what we should be looking for if the market is bearish and the overall sentiment is pessimistic. So, how do we select individual stocks based on the entire concept of mergers and acquisitions? If you have the answer, let me know in the comment section below. So let me give you the answer for this one. How many people are ready for this? How many people have answered for this particular question that I have asked? How do you think we can select individual stocks? So anyone? All right, so people are not having clear answers. Some are saying okay, some are saying we don't know. So it's okay. Let me give you the answer. Think about a particular scenario where the overall market is falling by 20%, right? The index, whether it be Nifty, whether it be Sensex, whether it is any other index that you are looking at, whether the Nifty Next 50, the Nifty 100, 500. But in general, if you're looking at the index and if it's correcting by 20%, you have to choose stocks that have fallen by 60 to 70%. Now, anyone can let me know why this is the reason? I can see Rocky in the chat house. Hello, Rocky. Good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And like always, it is always a pleasure to have you during our live streaming sessions. So, anyone who can answer me, if the markets are falling by 20%, we have to start looking for stocks which are declining by 60 to 80%. What is the reason for that? Why? It's going to be because of the prices will eventually rebound. Remember, it all boils down to mergers and acquisition. If the company is not being able to perform well, the prices of that listed company, remember, we are not talking about a random and arbitrary company that is some in some part of the country. We are talking of a listed company that is listed on the exchange. So even if the prices for that particular company or the prices of that particular stock are falling, it can still rebound in the future. Why will it rebound in the future? Because it will be taken or it will be acquired by some big player who understands the value of that particular company. Now, if the value of a particular stock that has fallen by 60 or 70% and has strong future numbers that account for its future growth, there is very, very, very high probability that there will be an institution, whether a main fund, whether an additional major shareholder that will come into the picture and that will make sure to absorb the prices, absorb the stock of that company at the prices that are being provided because the prices are going to be very cheap. And based on that, you will eventually see that either it could be based on policy reforms or it could be just based on liquidity that is being injected by the main funds, by the big banks, institutions, as well as the major holders. And that will initially that will eventually lead prices to continue up, right, in the positive direction. Rocky is writing any hot stock recommendations. Well, Rocky, today we have been focusing on providing you with value and content based on education. Since the markets are more or less sideways, we do not have any current hot stock recommendations that we will be sharing as of now. Right? How many people are understanding? Remember, especially when certain scenarios take place where the markets are going sideways, the liquidity has fallen down. We need to utilize that time in terms of how we can improve intellectually. All right, how many people are agreeing with me? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. What about our holding? It is falling continuously. It is only going to be a matter of time, Rocky, and we will see what it does, right? Let's not think much about what the markets are doing as of now. It is a phase that is currently running in the markets. You are quite aware of what the current markets are currently showing, what our hot stock recommendations have been showing based on our track list, right? We have been doing quite phenomenally well. Now you have to understand there are going to be phases where the markets are being bullish and the markets are being bearish. Let me repeat it to everyone once again. The markets are declining in liquidity. We have the new year that is coming in the next 5 days. The major banks, the major funds, main funds, or the major players in the market, fund managers, hedge fund managers, banking institutions, asset management institutions, all have, or most of them have taken breaks. So there is going to be a decline in volume. Now, when there is a decline in volume, the prices generally will tend to oscillate sideways, right? So I hope, Rocky, that answers your question. And in terms of our holding, it is only a matter of time. We will provide you with additional instructions and you will be making money. All right. Does that sound good? So, coming back to our education content. So, if the overall market is falling by 20%, we need to start looking for those stocks that have fallen by 60 or 70%, right? How many of you are understanding this? If you are, let me know in the chat box below. Now, sorry, sorry, and excuse me since I'm not feeling well. I have been coughing a lot, but I will still push and we will make sure that we are getting more value for our viewers, right? How many of you are interested and are happy that you are receiving more value? I'm sure there's no other competitor out there who is willing to put in this much of effort and energy even when they are sick, because I want to make sure that I am able to provide you with high value content, right? How many of you are understanding? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. So when the markets are correcting, you're getting the prices which are being offered at a discount, right? If a company of a stock of a company is declining by 60 to 70%, you are getting the value of that stock at a very discounted rate. Remember, I have given you the example in the previous live stream sessions where we were talking about the example of a handbag, right? To all the beautiful women out there who are attending our live stream sessions, I have been giving the example. For example, if you are very much into handbags and you love the company, you love the handbags of certain companies like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Armani, Balenciaga, Shein. It could be any brand that you love. For example, if the price of your handbag uh, previously was at 10,000 rupees, right? And over time, you are seeing that the sector or that particular industry is declining. It could be because of news events, because of macroeconomical events, and that same handbag that was being provided to you at 10,000 has reduced to 5,000 or 4,000. Wouldn't that be a bargain, right? Of course, it's going to be a bargain because you're getting the value of that stock at you're getting the value of that handbag at a much discounted rate. The product remains the same. It is only the value of that particular product that is declining. So when the prices are declining, and if you are into handbags, which I'm pretty sure you all are, you will be definitely making sure not to miss a lot. So the same mindset, the same understanding, the same concept applies on mergers and acquisitions. Whenever this value of a stock is declining, there are going to be bigger players in the markets who want to have a monopoly over their who want to have a monopoly over their industry. And for them to have monopoly, they need to start absorbing companies, right? The companies that are underperforming, the companies that are undervalued, they will always make sure to absorb them, because if they absorb them, they will have fewer competitors, and if they will have fewer competitors, they will be having larger market share. How many of you are understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. Rocky is writing very good. Happy with your explanation. Thank you, Rocky. And I'm happy that I was able to answer and clarify your doubt. Now, so I hope everyone has been able to understand. Now, moving on to the next. So, investing in stocks is difficult, but it can also be simple. How many of you understand with this point, right? We ourselves are making things complicated, right? Things that can be simple, we often make them difficult, right? So, it is only a matter of mindset and the right approach, whether it is to the financial markets or to anything in life, that even the most complex things in life can be simplified, right? How many of you agree with me? If you agree with me, let me know in the chat box below. So it depends on whether you have a trading style that suits you. When it comes to the financial market, it always boils down to your trading style. If you try to just copy everyone out there whom you think is doing well, not necessarily you will find success in that, right? So investing in stocks can be difficult, but it can also be simple. It is all up to you to decide how simple you want to make it, right? Anyone who knows the answer, how you can make it simple? So you can make it simple by being a part of Dolphin Markets. Make sure that you're being a part of Dolphin Markets. make sure that you are being a part of Harsh's live stream sessions, because Harsh is going to make sure to provide you with high value content, not just in learning concepts, but in terms of earning profits as well. So, how many of you would love to make profits and would love to learn as well? Let me know in the comment section below. So everyone is saying yes, Harsh. Of course, we want to make money in the markets. Of course, we want to maximize our gains when it comes to the financial markets, and that is exactly what Harsh is going to be providing to you. If you have understood the data that I have shared, if you have understood the slides and the content that has been shared today, how many felt that this content has been different or it has been unique compared to everyone out there who is just providing you information based on how to take trades, how to learn technical analysis, how to learn fundamental analysis. Yes, technical analysis, fundamental analysis is very important. All right, there is no doubt in that. But if everyone is learning technical analysis and fundamental analysis, shouldn't everyone be making money consistently when it comes to the financial markets? Let me know your answers in the comment box below. If it was that simple and that easy for people to make money just by following technical analysis and fundamental analysis, everyone would be making huge profits consistently. But that is not the case. Majority of the people, even after learning technical analysis, fundamental analysis, sentimental analysis, or even following people, they generally do not have success. So that is why I want to provide you with more value, with something that can enhance your perception when it comes to understanding the market. Yes, technicals and fundamentals are important, but we have to understand from a broader perspective what are the reasons for the policy changes, what are the reasons that mergers and acquisitions take place, what are the reasons that if a particular merger takes place in the stock market, how its effect in the market appreciates the price. So there are so many factors that we had discussed in today's live stream session. I'm very sure with the content that has been provided to you, it has broadened your horizon, correct? When it comes to understanding about the markets, understanding about how people are been making money. Are you all aware that yes, there are people in the markets who are making good profits? Are you aware of it in the first place? If you are aware, let me know in the comment section below. So if you are aware, that just shows that yes, there are people who are making money. If there are people who are making money in the markets, we can also do the same. All we need to do is follow what the main funds, what the the major shareholders are doing in the market. If they are buying, we buy, and if they are selling, we sell. How many of you have understood this particular concept that has been based on mergers and acquisitions? If you have understood and if you have gained good amount of information and have gained good amount of knowledge, let me know in the chat box below. All right. So people are saying yes, Harsh. We have learned good amount of information. We have learned quite well, and I'm happy that people who are attending my live stream sessions are gaining value. Right? We are not just in terms of providing you with account services. We are here to provide you with high value content. Content in terms of market analysis, content in terms of hot stock recommendations, as well as content in terms of education. When the markets are not in a good state of balance as of now, when the liquidity is drying up and the markets are more or less sideways, we want to utilize the time in providing you with high value content and I'm sure that I am providing, right? Even when being sick and not well, I'm still doing my best in terms of providing you with content. So I think you already know well in advance that yes, you need to be a part of Dolphin Markets. You need to be a part of Harsh's live stream sessions where you will be having the opportunity of earning as well as learning. So when you can combine the concept, when you can combine the power of earning profits and learning education together, you will be very successful when it comes to the field of financial markets. If you agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. So thank you everyone for being a part of my live stream session where we had been sharing good amount of information, good amount of knowledge, and to all of those who have stuck till the very end, a huge round of applause and a big congratulations and a good tap on your back for everyone who have stayed till the end, because you have learned much more information that the general public is not aware of. So stay tuned for the upcoming sessions where we'll be looking at the markets and diving deeper into understanding more about trading logic. So I hope everyone has a great day for Friday. I hope your the remaining of your Friday goes well, and to all of those who are having holidays on Saturdays and Sundays, I wish you a very happy weekend in advance. But please make sure to attend our other live streaming sessions as well. So I wish everyone a great weekend, and this is Harsh signing off. Thank you everyone who has been a part of this live stream session till the very end. It's an honor providing you with high value content. So this is Harsh signing off for the first live streaming session. Until then, take care, namaste, and see you later.